Hello and welcome. Welcome to Brazen, another incredible episode. I'm really excited to dive into all the goodness today with you. And before we do, can you just do me a quick fucking solid? Just take like 5 seconds, just a quick favor. Can you please rate the podcast? I would appreciate that so very much. And if you want to leave us a comment, that would be even better. We would love it. But please go ahead and leave us a rating. It would mean the world. It helps us be seen and heard by so many other people that probably need to see and hear this type of stuff. So please rate it. And if you feel like sharing it and sending it to a friend, that would be really fun, cool. And I would love that so much. Okay, so today's episode is going to be kind of a mixture. It's going to be some fun, interesting topics that we're going to talk about all around the theme of renewal. We're really going to be focusing in on what all of us have been feeling through the summer solstice and the new moon that just happened. I'm recording this on Thursday, the 26th. We're still very much in the energy of both of those, especially that new moon. And instead of really focusing on the lunar aspects, we're going to focus on the energies and the themes and how it's showing up in your life, which is one of my favorite things to do with clients. As you know, all of the work that I do with women, it's always very customized. It's very in line, aligned with the lunar aspects that are happening all around us, the planetary shifts, because why not fucking work with the energy that's around? That just to me makes more sense. Why would you work against it? That's silly goose behavior. So, we're going to talk about the real life aspects. We're going to get down to what's actually happening, what you probably noticed in your life, and how to move through it with a little bit more ease, not in a bullshitty way, but in a way that you can actually apply to your life. Yeah? Okay. We're also going to talk about some things that you can do, some different actions that you can take that will probably make you feel a hell of a lot better. And we're probably going to have a surprise guest. I think she's coming in right now. Zena, Zena, come. This is Zena. Zena, can you say hi? Can you want to jump up? I know I don't let you jump up, but do you want to jump up? She's like, no, mom, I'm not allowed to do that. This is the dog that we are fostering right now. Her name is Zena. She's a beautiful, I don't know if you can see her. Can you back up so they can see your beautiful face? She's a beautiful German Shepherd, and we are fostering her right now. We at one point we really thought that maybe she would be ours, but she's not. And unfortunately, we know that deep in our hearts. She needs to be out on a farm. She needs to be running wild. And one day that will be the home that we're living in, our dream home, but it's not right now. And she deserves it right now. So we are fostering her. We got her from a really bad situation that she was in. We actually got her recently, and I haven't told you what happened. The month of June has been wild and really hard. If I'm being honest with you, it's been really fucking, I'm gonna fucking cry. Shit. It's been really hard. We lost Harley, which I know I spoke to you about in the last podcast. And about actually not even 2 weeks later, we lost George. As soon as Harley passed away, our old man George started to decline pretty quickly. And he just let go. His organs started to fail, even more than I would assume they already were. He was 15 years old. He was an old man, and Sissy was his eyes and his ears and his best friend, and I mean, literally his everything. So we had this young woman, Miss Zena. Zena, come. Hey, no, no, no sniffing. We had this young woman come into our life very synchronistically, and it's been stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been stressful because our two babies were really just relaxed in their older ages and they really just hung out. They followed us everywhere. We never had to worry about outside because there's a portion of our yard that's not fenced in. We never had to worry about them running off or anything. Like they were very, very easygoing dogs and they were very well trained and very good listeners. Georgie sometimes not so much. And Miss Zena is only a year and a half, and she went through a lot in her first year and a half. And not only was it difficult for her, but also she wasn't really trained. So she has been getting all of the love and all of the training. And I'm happy to tell you, no, we're not allowed to eat pens, Miss Simone. I'm happy to tell you that not only is she a cuddle bug and she's really, really, really thriving with all the love, but she also has learned so many basic commands so quickly. She's a very, very smart girl. She's a freaking genius, honestly. And she is learning dynamic commands already. So it has been stressful for Travis and I because we are not used to a high energy dog that needs so much training, but it's also been beyond a blessing. Because to come home the night after or the day after Georgie passed and to have her here already. Are you gonna lay at my feet right there? Okay, that works. To have her here, I literally just laid on the couch with her and sniffed her. And if you're a dog mom, you get it. You just sometimes need to hold a dog and cuddle a dog and smell a dog and hold their little paws. So she's been a blessing in our life, and I know we've been a blessing in hers. I don't know that she would still be here if she would have stayed in the situation that she was in because she was going down a path that maybe wouldn't have kept her here on earth with us. So we are going to have Miss Zena joining us today because we are working on being a good girl while mom is on calls. So she's going to stay with us, huh? So I might have to get up during this podcast episode like a whole ass human and go put her upstairs and then come back to you. That could happen. Are you going to be a good girl and just lay down beside mom? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about renewal. So the summer solstice was on June 20th and the new moon was yesterday on the 25th. And of course, whenever we have a new moon, old moon, a new moon or a full moon or anything such as that, you're going to be able to feel the energy 3 days before and 3 days after for the most part. I would say probably more, you know. And when it comes to the summer solstice, the winter solstice, the eclipses, that energy is going to last quite a bit longer before and after. So we might not fully be in the energy of the solstice anymore. I mean, it's dissipating, but we are still there. And of course, we're definitely in that new moon. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the different things that you probably have been feeling. In the summer retreat, I talked about this a lot. I gave like a 45-minute breakdown of what the summer solstice has been asking of us. You want to lay down? Sorry, you're going to have to deal with dog mom today, guys. Zena, hey, you want to lay down? Right here? Down. Lay down, baby. Oh, I know. So the summer solstice was, and this is really difficult to talk about, and you'll understand why, because of the dogs. The energy of the summer solstice this year was taking away anything that was no longer meant to be with you. Yep. The summer solstice was asking you to let things leave and be released that needed to leave and be released. The summer solstice was asking you what's no longer working in your life and what versions of you need to be left behind and what chapters needed to close. And there was a lot to do about the habits, your daily habits. So I've been talking to the women in the summer retreat a lot about their coping mechanisms, about how do you cope. A lot of women have been talking about alcohol and eating and overworking and all of these things. So that's something that the summer solstice was asking us, like, what are you doing that's not fucking working? And it's time to look in the mirror. It's time to face that shit. It's time to stop with the bullshit. The new moon is very much like it's a sigh of relief. It's new moon in Cancer, of course, and it's an emotional rebirth. Um, just very much kind of the blossoming after the summer solstice and after so much that was probably lost or released or let go of or chapters closed. And the new moon is also asking you, what do you feel worthy of receiving now that so much has left you in whatever way, whether it was jobs or people, or for us, it was people and pets and a lot of other stuff too. So when you look at the new moon and the energy that we are all in, it doesn't matter who you are, you're feeling this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in astrology, because that's like not believing in science. Like it's part of what rules our lives, the themes and the energies. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in it, you're still going to feel it. So if you're sitting in a space right now where you're like, I deserve more. I'm worthy of more. I believe I am. Or maybe you're in a space of, no, if I fucking deserve this, I don't know if I'm worthy of it. Or one of the ones I'm hearing the most, and I have felt as well, is if I was worthy of it, wouldn't it fucking be here by now? Like I feel like maybe I fucked up. I feel like maybe I'm not doing it right. That's another energy and a theme that's here. So, what I'd like to do today for our podcast episode is have these discussions. Hopefully, it'll help just kind of awaken something within you or help you get a little bit more on track with what's already happening around you. And you can pay attention to the energies and start to work with them. I'm going to ask you some questions and dive in with you. And then, like I said, I'm going to give you just a few different things that you can do to make this time even easier for you. So I broke it down into two sections because, oh, I'm still wearing my gym clothes. And you can see on my shirt, if you're on YouTube with me, I have, the stains that you get in the washer sometimes from the detergents and shit. I definitely got one of those stains on my Thrasher t-shirt. Do you remember Thrasher magazine? I do. Um, so yeah, I'm still in my gym clothes. I still have my hat on. I still have my hair in a ponytail. So if you see stains, no, you didn't. Just disregard it. Okay. But I broke this down into two categories, the summer solstice and the new moon, because the questions are going to be very, very different. The themes are going to be very different. They do align really well, mesh really well. Of course, that's how the universe works. But that way you can kind of go along with me. Maybe you can journal along with me. And oh, are you getting excited? Maybe the best case scenario is that you can do some mirror work. Okay. And I spoke to the women in the summer retreat about the best ways to do mirror work to see actual real change, not just some bullshit where you sit in a mirror and you're like, what the fuck am I even doing? And if you'd like some pointers on how to do mirror work and actually see real results, no bullshit. Okay, something simple that gives you actual real results, please just send me an email. Send it to me personally, heatherpowell.coaching@gmail.com, or send it to me on Instagram. Send me a DM over there. I would love to help you with that because these questions would be really good for mirror work and you would see some big changes pretty fucking quickly. Okay, so first question. We talked about this here just a moment ago. What has been working and what has not been working? This is a time where it's really necessary to pause and reflect and take some fucking accountability. Okay? Okay. This is not the space in your life where you need to look at the shit that you know is not working and find excuses to continue with it, to find excuses to not do the thing or to keep doing a thing. Ma'am, come here. I told you it's going to be a dog mom thing. She's still learning. Zena, sit. Zena, sit. Good girl. Oh, and we got to lay down. Good girl. So you have to take more accountability. This is across the board. Whenever I work with any woman, that's one of the first things that we discuss is where do you need to be more fucking responsible for your actions and your words and your behaviors? I had a conversation with my dad a few days ago. We were celebrating some stuff that he had going on at work, and he was telling me my dad is old school. Okay, you think I'm old school? Motherfucker, no. My dad is old school. My dad is Midwest farm kid, real roughneck, real John Wayne type. Okay. We're having this conversation about some shit that was going on at work, and he was real proud of himself. But that generation doesn't really like talk about being proud of themselves. Like they got in trouble for being proud of themselves, which is wild. So like I was like, Dad, I'm so proud of you. That's so fucking awesome. And he was like, yeah, and I had to explain to this kid because he had this kid that came into his life and he's kind of like mentoring this kid. He's like, I had to tell this kid, nobody in this world fucking owes you anything. If you want it, you have to figure out how to get it. You have to do the inside work. And I mean, he used a little bit different words, but what he was talking about was the inside work. And you have to do the hard work on the outside. I was like, absolutely, Dad. Couldn't agree with you more. Nobody, sit with me on this. Do you feel like you owe anybody in this world anything? Do you feel like there's anybody in this world? No, I'm not talking about like maybe from your heart you want to give, or maybe you got some people pleasing or some forgiveness or some guilt going on and you feel like you do owe somebody something because of that. We ain't talking about that shit. That's for you to work out either in therapy or in coaching sessions, Honestly, do you feel like you owe anybody in this world anything? Like, do you feel like somebody could walk up to you with an entitlement and say, you owe me this? No. Maybe your kids, you know, but absolutely fucking not. And this is really what you got to look at when it comes to the accountability aspects and the question, the theme that's been coming up over the course of the last few weeks of what is working and what is not. What have you been waiting for the world just to drop at your fucking feet? Have you been waiting for universe, God, source, divine to just fucking drop something on your doorstep without you taking any fucking aligned action or doing any necessary work? Because life requires hard fucking work. It doesn't mean you have to suffer. It doesn't mean you have to make all these motherfucking sacrifices. That's some wild shit that was taught back in the day. And that, yeah, probably was true back then a little bit, but it's not anymore. You don't have to fucking suffer through life. You don't have to sacrifice everything. If you believe that, okay, our beliefs are a little bit different, but you don't. But you do got to do hard work. You got to be responsible. You got to be accountable. You have to take the steps. So, what are you chewing on? Hold on just a second. What are we chewing on? No, ma'am. That is a piece of paper that we don't need to eat. I don't even know if she found that. Um, so what is working and what is not? Pause, reflect, be honest with yourself. Because if you continue walking down a path where you're doing shit that's not working, saying shit that's not working, being a certain way that's not working, guess what? You're going to be that same motherfucking way next year. And you're going to feel the same damn way next year, probably even worse, honestly. And this isn't a space of guilt or judgment or criticism or shame or blame because you're never going to get anywhere in life by shaming yourself there. That won't happen. Think of how many things you're healing right now in your adult life because somebody tried to shame you into change. It doesn't fucking work, dude. So don't shame yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just be a human and accept it and be like, yeah, man, I got to change. Because that's the turning point in all of our lives. When we decide that it's time, we make a decision and we're like, this is fucking it. I'm doing it now, or I'm changing this now. This isn't going to happen anymore. So sit with that. And the integration process is by far the most important. And let me talk to you about integration. I'm in a 4-month integration retreat, the summer retreat with women. And this whole 4 months is all about integrating the things you already fucking know. You've probably already listened to the podcast and the books and all the things and done courses and blah, 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 blah. And the issue is most people intellectualize the work. They know the work, but they don't go much further than that. They don't integrate it into their daily lives. They are not embodying what they fucking know. They're not living what they learned. And this is where this question, this theme of what's working and what's not, you have to be willing to integrate what you actually know will work. If you wake up every day and you're like, I know that if I drink coffee on an empty stomach, I'm going to feel like dog shit and I'm going to have an anxiety attack by 3 p.m. and I'm going to have my cortisol fucking go through the roof and I'm going to just fucking have my body out of whack. If you know that shit and you still drink coffee on an empty stomach, that's you. I love you. I'll hug you when I say it, but baby, that's you. And I've been there. I did it last weekend. I took 2 sips of coffee and I put my coffee cup down and I was like, absolutely not. It doesn't matter that we're in a rush. Go drink or go eat your fucking protein. Don't be drinking coffee on an empty stomach. And I put protein shake, those pre-made ones, I put that in my coffee. So there's still some protein in there. Absolutely not. Why would I set myself up for failure for the day? Just for funsies? Oh, no, absolutely not. Question number 2. What season are you closing and what are you stepping into? Sit with it. Doesn't it feel good to sit with these type of questions? I've told you this, but just so we can be on the same page, I come from a place, a family, a community where this was not the conversation. And it deep inside of me always was. I just never quite fit in. Because questions such as these, deeper questions, deeper understanding, that's where I thrive. That's where I lean into. That's me. So these questions, maybe if you grew up or you've lived a life where you didn't really fucking talk about this, maybe it feels uncomfortable, but maybe it's time to ask them and answer them. Because what else are you doing? You know? So sit with it. What season are you closing and what are you stepping into? That is delish. Yes, I'm still drinking my reishi coffee. I have to go get more this weekend. It's at that, I think I told you a few episodes back. I got it my birthday weekend. It's from the Asian market. It's a reishi mushroom coffee and it's like an instant coffee. It is so delicious. Oh my gosh. So good. I feel so good when I drink it. Big fan. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. I have to go grab some more tomorrow. Okay. If you Here, let me move this because I'm going to lean back a little bit. There we go. If you are listening to this and you're not in a space where you're able to fully answer the questions, maybe you're just kind of speaking out loud along with me. Cool. Cool beans, dude. Maybe you come back to this and you re-listen to this episode when we hang out for a little bit longer and you really get into these questions and answer them. Because for sake of time, we're going to move on. But the big thing here is I spoke about this in the summer retreat as well, because in the summer retreat, we have weekly commitments or homework. And then we also have community based homework because this work, if you're not careful with this work, you will disconnect. And one of the reasons we're here on this earth is connection, is relationships, is community. So we have community based. Oh my God. Okay, if you're on YouTube, you just saw me make the most hilarious face. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm gonna cry. I just saw my first hummingbird and it was in my window looking at me. There was no flowers by my window. None the ones that were there already bloomed and died, and the new ones haven't gone. So it was just there looking at me. Oh, I'm like a 5-year-old and I know and I don't give a fuck. Oh my gosh. Hi, buddy. This made my whole day. Okay, I don't even remember what I was saying. Yes, I do. Okay, hold on. Let me get it together. Oh my gosh, I just looked up and it was just this little dude just staring at me in the window. That's what life is all about. I'm going to take a second. Well, that just made me the happiest little thing. He's gone now. Okay. Pull it together. Okay. So we were talking in the summer retreat, this community based stuff I was just talking about. So last month, for a majority of the month, what we focused on was cleaning your community. So going out in your community, picking up trash, going on walks and picking up trash, going out, well, he's back, going wherever. I had, it wasn't in the summer retreat, but I had a different client that was doing something quite similar. And she went down near this community lake that's near her house and she picked up, there was a lot of trash that like lined the lake and she picked that up out of the water. That's what we focused on last month. This month, we are focusing on getting rid of shit that's in your home and donating it specifically to a women's shelter. So, as you know, in my community, in the area that I've created on the internets, we rise as women and we help other women rise. That's the fucking goal. That's what we do. Right. So, yeah, you could donate it anywhere. Maybe it's easier for you to go to the fucking Goodwill or the thrift shop or the whatever down the road. I don't care. The goal here for community is to take it specifically to a women's shelter. And not only because the donating and how refreshing it is to move stuff out of your house, but we are moving into a space in July, not only in the summer retreat, but also astrologically speaking, where we're going to be looking, all of us, you're going to feel it no matter what. You're going to be looking at your finances more. You're going to be looking at money more. It's going to be coming to you a lot quicker. You're going to have a lot of things moving and grooving with money and abundance overall. And in knowing that, and in the work that I do, I'm telling you right now, it's really hard to have new shit come into your life if you're holding on to the old shit. It's real hard to have new things that you're inviting into your life actually land if you're hoarding the old shit. You got to let it go. You got to be willing to let it go. So this is part of the homework is to gather clothes, trinkets, whatever the fucks, and gather all these up over the course of the next few weeks and then take them to a women's shelter so that way they can go to their new home. And I'm going to teach you what I teach my women Okay, so I have this birdhouse here that I've been working on. It's a hummingbird house. Actually, I guess I haven't been working on this one too much. This one's raw. So this one hasn't had too much work done on it. But we're going to use this hummingbird house as the example here. So when you're going around your home and you're like, okay, what am I going to get rid of? I know some things, some stuff I got to look at. That can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? And if you're anything like me or any other women that I know, it can be kind of emotional because you pick up things and you're like, oh, it's nostalgia. Oh, no beeping. Please. I hope you can't hear that. I hope it's muffled enough that you can't hear her playing with her toy and beeping it. I'm just going to pray that that's okay. But you get emotional about the things that you're picking up because I'm going to have to take it away from her. I know that this episode is everywhere and all over the place, but you know what? It's part of being a dog mom. Okay. So give me just a second. Come here. Honey, you can play with any toy other than the loud ones right now, okay? I'm not gonna edit this out. My shorts are up my ass, so sorry about that. I'm just gonna go get her a new toy. Can you hang out for a second? Can you just take it? Maybe look at one of the questions I gave you. Okay, I'll be right back. Come here, baby. Come here. Okay. She's gonna do kennel time. We need to get used to being in the kennel for more than 15 minutes at a time anyways before we go to our new home. So we're gonna just work on that for now. So back to where we were. So when you pick up things around your house, maybe you do want to sit with the emotions, the memories. Maybe you want to make it a whole thing, or maybe not. Or maybe when you do this, you're not sure what you really feel ready to let go of in some instances. So one of the things that we've been focusing on, well, the major thing that we've been focusing on in June in the summer retreat has been all about reconnecting to your body, listening to the language of your body, listening to the cues, and not just the cues that your body gives you about, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, like these type of things that honestly most of us could work on listening to and honoring and saying, oh, you're hungry, let me eat. Oh, you have to pee, let me do that right now. Like we live in a world that unfortunately hasn't really allowed us to listen to our bodies while finding a balance with having to get shit done at the same time, you know? So, one of the things that we do when we do some intentional cleaning like this is we grab an object. So, if you're in a space where you can do this, grab an object around you. Like I said, I'm going to use this hummingbird house, and you're going to hold it to your heart, and we're going to use the sway, the body sway. So, take a big inhale, exhale with me. Is this birdhouse something that I should keep? I swayed forward. Now, I'm a skeptic always, yeah. And I have a very scientific brain. So we're gonna ask questions a different way. Is this birdhouse something that I should get rid of? I sway back. Now, sometimes the sway is very obvious, and you're like, okay. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not even a sway. Some people that I've spoke to, they're like, I don't even sway. I just feel like either an expansion or a constriction. Whatever you feel is what you feel. So that's something that you can do when you are doing these intentional cleansing around your house, especially if you feel like donating along with myself and the women in the summer retreat. So as you're going through things in your home, remember that the reason that you're doing this is you're closing chapters. That's the whole point, that to go back to the original question, what are you closing the chapter on? And what are you stepping into? What are you getting rid of that's old so you can make way for things that are new? Pay attention to what you've been holding on to in your life that doesn't fucking fit anymore. And I'm not just talking about clothes. Like, I had a client, this was a few years ago. I had a client that had a box. We've all had these boxes. So we hear her and we don't judge. Okay. She had a box from an ex-boyfriend. That's normal. It's normal. That happens. That happens. Okay, but the ex-boyfriend was from like 8 years prior. And she was married. Like, I get it. I get it. I understand. No, no judgment. But I asked her, I'm like, do you still need the box? And she's like, I don't. I don't know why I haven't gotten rid of it. I can't even fucking stand that human being. I don't know why I still have this. And so we did some intentional cleaning and she went through and she looked at all those objects. She did the same thing. She did the sway test. And it turns out there was a little bit of closure that she needed to give herself. There was a little bit of healing there. And all it took was one night of going through that box, having the fucking courage to look at the shit and not just avoid it and distract from it, which we're also good at as human beings. And then she got rid of all of it and she donated most of the stuff. And it felt so good. It felt so fucking good for her for so many reasons. So, last time I'm going to ask these questions. Number 2, what season are you closing and what are you stepping into? Consider an action for this is that you go around your house and get rid of some of the shit you've been holding on to. Okay. Okay. Number 3 for summer solstice. How are you recommitting to your joy, purpose, and power? And we're going to dig into this. This is not just hashtag words. Because I know you hear all about purpose and power all the fucking time. But let's actually talk about them, okay? So how are you reconnecting to your joy, your purpose, and your power? Sit with it. You want to hear a pro tip? I'm sure you don't. Or I'm sure you do, actually. I was going to say, I'm sure you don't need this, but I'm sure you do want to hear this. When it comes to these questions, if you have resistance to answering them, that's the fucking question you need to answer. If you have resistance, you're like, no, that's stupid. No, I don't need that. No, I don't know. Then that's the one. That's the one. And as soon as you answer it, as soon as you are patient enough with yourself and you don't try to go off and distract, this is another thing. This isn't just something a client did. This is something I used to do too. So I had a client that I was asking her some questions similar to this. We were like getting into the thick of it. And I don't know, it was like halfway through our fucking session or something. She's like, I gotta go real quick. I have to switch the laundry and then I'm gonna go ahead and I have to switch the dishes. Like she went from being present and in deep conversation to I gotta go do this. Now, don't get me wrong. I just had to go let the dog out. I get it. Life happens for sure. Of course. Life is life. Right? So I stopped her and I was like, well, we just asked a really big question though. So before you go switch the laundry and switch the dishes in the dishwasher, can I ask, is there resistance to ask or answering this question? And she's like, absolutely. I feel so clenched up. I feel so, I want to crawl out of my skin. Distraction. And she's like, it's not that. I have ADD. I have ADHD. I have this. It's a spicy brain. I was like, I have a spicy brain too. I think everybody does at this point. Don't we all? Don't we all have a spicy brain? Don't we all have 47 tabs open? That is not in control of you. You are in control of you. That is something that can become a very great skill set that you use. It is not something that you just hand your power over to and you're like, I can't fucking do this because of this. No, don't do that to yourself. I was like, sit here and be uncomfortable with me for a second. That's why we're here. That's why you're doing this program, is to be uncomfortable enough for change in a space that's loving and supportive. So, babe, stay here. Let's talk about this answer. Oh, she felt so much better after she answered that question. she she got rid of a lot of fucking heaviness that day. And she was really fucking proud of herself for talking about the shit that felt like she could never speak about. And she did. And she was safe. And everything was okay. And she needed that. She fucking needed that shit. She needed to know she could talk about the hard shit, answer the difficult questions, look at the fucking monsters in the closet, and still be okay. That's what we need sometimes. All the time. So, again, How are you recommitting to your joy, your purpose, and your power? Let's talk about joy. How often throughout the day are you doing things just because it brings you joy? And if your answer right now is, I can't because you don't understand my job, my family, my kids, my time, my schedule, my blah, 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 the world, bullshit. With so much love, I call bullshit. Why are we here? And I know it feels irresponsible to focus on joy more than it feels responsible to please your fucking boss or to pay your bills. I'm not telling you it's either or. I'm telling you it's and. You are not here just to pay bills and die. And you sure as fuck aren't here just to please your fucking boss. And I know you've probably seen this before on fucking Pinterest or Facebook, but the moment you leave that job, they will replace you and they will not fucking blink. I have been the person that had to replace people in HR and otherwise, and I am telling you, it will happen. So, back to joy. How are you putting more joy in your life? How are you carving out time intentionally for more joy? It can be 5 motherfucking minutes. It can be that you take a moment and you go put on one of your favorite songs that makes you want to dance and makes you want to shake your ass or makes you smile, and you just listen to the song and you dance a little bit. There you go, joy. My joy, especially during the nicer months of the year, here in the Midwest in the winter time, it's not a good time. Okay? Isn't it my favorite? But in the spring, summer, and fall, you will catch my ass outside. I took a break yesterday between clients and I went and cut myself some flowers for a nice bouquet in the house. And I did it nice and slow. Nice and slow. Joy. You have to commit to joy. You know how every day you wake up and it's a priority to brush your teeth or wash your ass? You know? You know how every day it's a priority to drink some water and eat some food? Almost an automatic one. That's where we want this to be, where it's an automatic priority. Joy is an automatic priority. And if you find an excuse that pops up, you can go ahead and tell it that I said, fuck off. I used to be there. I used to be there so hard. I used to work my fucking ass off, and I still work hard. Damn it, do I work hard. But I'm talking, I used to be running myself dry, spinning wheels. I was working 80 plus hours a week trying to please somebody else and make them fucking wealthy while I was barely scraping by. I thought I had to. No, you don't. All this shit is made up. Fuck. It's all made up. It's all made up. And I know it doesn't feel that way sometimes, but all this shit is made up, dude. I decided one day, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm done making motherfuckers rich, especially people that do not have the best morals and values. Absolutely not. I'm going to make myself wealthy. I'm going to do a lot of good in the world. I'm going to make a giant impact. I'm going to help women, and I'm going to enjoy my motherfucking life. I made that decision and I did it, and it happened and it works. So I'm telling you, you can figure it out. And if you want help figuring it out, you just let me know. Okay. So let's talk about purpose. When you walk through life and you don't feel like you have purpose, that is the most hollow, draining, disconnected feeling in the entire world, I believe. If you're walking around and you're like, I don't fucking know what my purpose is, I don't have a purpose, fuck purpose, nobody has it. If that's your attitude, you need to check your fucking attitude and check yourself. I did. I was never deep into that, but there's definitely been moments of my life where I was feeling that vibe. That's some bullshit, is what that is. That is some bullshit. That is some victim ass bullshit, is what that is. I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, bitch, you don't know what your purpose is because you ain't trying. You're too busy with other shit that doesn't matter. And life throws curveballs, man. Life throws curveballs and it hurts and it sucks and it doesn't make sense and it doesn't feel fair. Absolutely. But you still got to fucking realign. Kind of goes back to what my dad was saying. Nobody owes you shit. Not a damn soul on this earth owes you anything. If you want it, you have to go after it. And people will show up because people are good. Most people are good. Most people will show up and support you and love you and help you, but you got to believe that that's the truth. And sometimes your purpose is just believing about the good in people and spreading love and spreading good. So if you're like, I don't know what my purpose is, Heather, okay, well, you probably have more than one. First off, it probably isn't like your only life goal, also. And sometimes your purpose is a daily fucking act of kindness and love and joy. So maybe start there. I guarantee you, if you just start walking into every fucking day, assuming that your purpose is just to make yourself smile and make somebody else smile, you're going to find a greater purpose real quick. How could you not? How the fuck could you not? Now, let's talk about power. My whole shtick is helping women step into their power because I fucking had to time and time and time again because my ass kept giving away my power. At a young age, it was taken in several ways, mentally, emotionally, and all of these other ways. And then in the 20s, the teenagers in the early 20 years, I was throwing my power away left and right because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I gave my power away to alcohol. I gave my power away to overworking. I gave my power away to gross fucking men that I should have never, ever spoke to, but I did. It's the story of us all. I gave my power away I gave my power away to people that didn't deserve me. I gave my power away to things. I gave my power away by allowing my emotions, that is, dictate the fucking actions I took in my life. Oh, I can't do that. I'm scared. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not strong enough. I'm not capable enough. Blah, 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 blah. Victim. That's what I did. That's what most of us do. I can't do that because that's you giving your power away. And if there's one fucking thing that we need more of in this world, I believe, it's more women stepping into their fucking power, reclaiming their power, getting rid of all the excuses and all of the bullshit and standing up for themselves and standing up for others and deciding that we're going to change this world. And we're going to start with ourselves. When you recommit to daily acts of stepping into your power and reclaiming it, it looks like, here's a great example. I just spoke to a client about this yesterday. She was talking about movement and fitness. And I was like, why don't you start doing that whole method of just one more? Every single time you feel like quitting, one more. When you're at the gym and you're like, I can't do another push-up, one more, motherfucker. Do one more. And you can use my pro tip here. I say that to myself. I did that today on the leg press. I was like, one more, bitch. One more. You can do one more, bitch. And I got into it. I fucking pumped myself up. That is reclaiming your power. What about if you're in a situation and you feel like you can't have a voice? I have a client. She's in a space, and she has been her whole life, where she feels like her voice is something that she can't use. I, unfortunately, for many people, have never really had that problem. So I don't understand, but I do have empathy and can understand the process to get her out of it. She's like, I feel like I can't use my voice. Nobody wants to hear me. Everybody else is more looked at, or they're listened to more, or they're louder, or they're more expressive. And I'm just here and nobody really cares what I have to say. Like I said, I don't really understand that, because I've always been in the space where I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you don't care what I have to say. I'm still going to fucking say it. Is that the eldest daughter in me? Is that what that is? Is it a little bit of everything? But we were talking about this, and I was like, why don't you start stepping into your power every single fucking time that you tell yourself that? Because that's a you narrative. Every time you tell yourself that, you're like, I can't, because when I was a kid, this happened and blah, blah, blah. Which, okay, let's do some inner child work then, dude. But don't believe that shit. If you believe everything that comes across in your mind, including the fear-based shit, you're not living your life. You're not even in the steering wheel, honey, or in the driver's seat. So I told her, every single time that you feel like you need to shut up or not say anything, and you start getting down on yourself, and it's all this internal bullshit that we all have, I need you to decide right then and there, no, I decide when I speak, not this fucking inner critic, not this old bullshit loop and pattern in my mind. Absolutely not. And then say the thing and say it with love and be stern and direct and confident. Even if your knees are shaky, I don't give a fuck. Even if your armpits are sweaty, do it. Because after you do that, you will be so proud of yourself and you will see what you're made of. And you'll be really amped to do it again and again and again. But it starts with the first one. You have to be willing to step into your power there and use your fucking voice. So drop the bullshit, get out of your own way, remember what really matters. How are you recommitting to your joy, your purpose, and your power? Bing, 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 bing. These three. They are good stuff. You should do it. It would feel good. Okay. So that's summer solstice. We're going to move into new moon themes and questions. By this time, you're already like, you know what? I have been feeling the summer solstice. I have been feeling that energy. Uh-huh. So let's move into the new moon. It just happened. We're still very deep. We're in the immersed state right now of the new moon. And again, this new moon is in Cancer, so it's a lot about your womb as a woman. It has a lot to do with nurturing and nourishment and motherhood. This moon overall has a lot to do with like home and belonging and like your home life, the emotional safety, the safety of your home, the safety of the walls, how you decorate your home, like all of that. Okay. So sit with that for a second. I'm going to take a drink of this delicious coffee. Okay. What do I have for your questions here? I love this question. This question actually was inspired by Amanda in the Brazen Sisterhood. What up, Amanda? She is a brand new member, and we just started working together one-on-one. We had our first call this week, and she was blown away. I was blown away. It was amazeballs. I I only teach mind, body, and soul. I only teach figure out the neuroplasticity, figure out how to get in touch with your body, figure out how to get in touch with your soul, combine all of that shit. That's all. That's it. And I don't think Amanda had ever experienced one like that. And I say that because she was like, this is amazing. Like we did a visualization. She had a big healing. She had big remembering. She had big releasing. She had light bulb moments. Like all this stuff happened. And she said something to me after her guided visualization that was profound. This moment that she had, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically it was don't stay in rooms that don't feel good and stay longer in the ones that do. And I was like, bitch, yes. Yes. If your friends don't cheer for you, get better friends. I have. We all have to. If the people in your life make you feel like shit because they don't know how to get over their own shit, get out of those rooms. People in my life that I don't feel like I can talk about the things in my life that bring me joy. I feel like I can't celebrate with them. I can't talk about my wins. I can't ask them about their celebrations or wins because all they want to do is talk about shit. I don't stay in those rooms anymore. It's important. It's really important that you recognize who you associate with and who you are around all the time because you will become those people. You will. I have. Some of the time that wasn't so great. A lot of the time it was great. For the most part, I have picked very cool motherfucking people to have in my life. Sometimes like I said, like all of us, I've had to look at people and look at situations and be like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is meshing. So the question with the new moon, you're going to feel this just like we all are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you follow astrology. You're going to feel this. The question is, what rooms and people actually feel good? No bullshit. What rooms and people actually feel good? What rooms is it time to leave and what rooms is it time to like hunker down and stay a while in? Again, shout out Amanda. I have another client. She joined I'm trying to move into like this space with her about community. Well, not trying, we are. I don't know why I said it that way. We are moving into that space. And she found a Facebook group and she's been meeting up with the women, and it's so cool that she's doing that. Um, and she said something that was really important, and I called it out and celebrated it with her because she's like, yeah, I sat with this group of women. I went to this thing, and I found out very quickly, like the group of women that I sat down with, they are not my tribe. So I'm going to go again here soon to this thing because it's like a biweekly or whatever, and I'm going to sit with different women and see if they're my tribe. And I was like, bro, that's the magic sauce. Because some people would go and be like, that sucked. That wasn't a good time. I'm never going to do that again. Blah, 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 blah. But she didn't, because she's a badass. And she was like, I went and I recognized these are not my tribe. And that's okay. That's somebody else's tribe. I'm going to go back and I'm going to stay committed and I'm going to go find my tribe. I'm going to go find my people. I thought that was cool as fuck. It's like, okay, well done. High five. You didn't give up. Because isn't that always how we end up feeling like we failed at something when we decide to give up, when we try it one motherfucking time? Of course, of course. Name one thing that you've done right the very first time. I mean, there might be some because you're pretty cool, I'm sure. But like, you got to stick with shit. So, what rooms and people actually feel good? Are you recognizing that in your life there's some spaces where those people are not your fucking people? Is it time to go find your fucking people? And I know, I get it. Literally, personally, I get it. You're like, I feel bad. I feel bad ending relationships or friendships. How do I do this? It feels like guilt. It feels like, ugh. Yeah, I say this with love. I'm not going to hold your hand because you're a grown ass human. But I do say this with love. That's life, babe. That's life. And that's okay. It's okay to feel big feelings when you end relationships and friendships because it does suck. It sucks. It sucks to have to walk away from things that no longer fit and no longer align with who you are, or who, more importantly than who you are, who you want to be and where you want to go in life. Don't stick around people that hold you back and all they want to do is be miserable and complain. That feels gross. And maybe that's not even the case. Maybe it's just people that don't have the same values or the same beliefs or whatever it is. Everybody's allowed to fucking believe what they want and have different, like all of that. But maybe it's time for you to find the people that align better with you. Maybe. Give her the old college go. Okay? Next question. How are you loving on your body, especially your womb space? And if this question makes you go, that's dumb. Remember what I said before? Maybe it's a very much time to look at this because we all, as women, have this really magical space within our body, whether we choose to use it or not, whether we can use it or not, that doesn't really matter. It's still a very magical space in our body. It literally ushers in a new soul, dude. Sit with that. What? Fucking what? You have a space in your body that was divinely created by something much bigger and smarter than you or I or any of us. Whatever you believe, whatever you want to call it, it created you the same way it created nature and all that is beautiful in nature and all that is synchronistic and has purpose in nature. It created you. And there's a special magical space within women where we are able to usher in a new motherfucking soul or multiples, fucking octomom, or multiples into your body. Do you understand how magical that is? Like, really sit with that shit, dude. We all know that pregnancy and birth is profound and magical and miraculous and all the things, but have you actually thought about it? And have you thought about the fact that you have that same space within you? Again, it doesn't matter if you haven't used it. It doesn't matter if you can't use it or if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. It still is there. That's pretty cool. And if you look at it from an aspect of what we talk about in my space of the internet, it also is so deeply connected to all of the women that came before you. Hmm. Look from a science standpoint, look at epigenetics. Just go do a little research. Get on your fucking keyboard, look up, Google it, fucking YouTube it, fucking chat GPT it. I don't give a shit. Do your research. Look up epigenetics, specifically around the womb, and have your mind ablown. It's fantastic. And it aligns exactly with the spiritual aspects of womb space. Look that up. Do a little research there. It's incredible. And that's in you. You have that. You're walking around with this magic box. I just call it a box. I just okay. I'm apparently a 12-year-old boy. I fucking know. But for real, when's the last time? Like, how are you loving on your body, especially this portion of your body? You want to know what I do? It's so easy and it's silly and it's simple, and you're going to think it's dumb maybe, but it works. So I like to work things into my life in a way that's very simple and I can have it stack because I'm not trying to live a more complex life. I want to do the things that make me feel good, are good for my body, are good for my mind and soul. I also don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, here's a simple hack, and then it's a 47-step hack, although that does fucking happen, of course. But here's my hack. So when I'm on the toilet, I do so many things while I'm going to the bathroom. So when I am going to the bathroom, when I'm peeing, I'm not trying to be gross, but we're all humans. It's very natural. I don't do this when I'm doing number two. Okay. It feels weird. I don't like that. So when I'm peeing, I take both my hands and I put them on my sacral area, my womb space under my belly button. I put them right there, lower belly. Okay. And I just hold that spot and I just literally speak to it. And this is what I did the first time. And it kind of stuck. So, hang with me. When you're like holding a baby kitten or something, and like you have it like wrapped in your, like you're just holding it in your hands, and like you look at it, you're like, you're so precious, I love you so much, you're so cute. Or like a little baby puppy or a baby deer, or I don't know, a baby rabbit. I don't know, what do you hold that's a baby animal? Okay, so I kind of like took that energy without even thinking about it, it just happened. And I had my hands on my lower belly and I just started speaking to my womb with like that same vibe. I was like, I just love you, you're just amazing. Like, thank you. Thank you for everything. And like, you probably know a little bit about my past, I'm sure. I was told very long ago that I'm not able to have children. I was told that my insides were basically mummified. Those words hurt. They stuck. And it was because I was put on the depot shot for way longer than I was meant to be put on there because nobody was reading regulations, I don't think, back in what was it, 2007? So that's what I was told. But that's fine because I personally don't want to birth a child. I've had children that I've raised that I love dearly. I've had people, grown adults that I've had to raise in my life. I'm good. I'm good. I am here to help grown women. I am not here to birth a child. So I know that about myself. And that's a piece of when I'm saying, I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much, that comes up for me. And I bring this to your attention because maybe for you, there's something that comes up. There's a little thingy that comes up, that a little story, a little emotion, a little whatever. Still love yourself. Like, you can feel it. Do it with me right now. Put your hands there if they aren't already. Take a big inhale and exhale. And just speak to the space. I love you. You're pretty cool. You're pretty magical. And you're healthy. P.S. Even if you're going through shit, say what you want. You're healthy. You're so healthy and you work exactly as you're meant to work and as I want you to work. And you're so healthy. And I love you so much. Thank you. Now, if you think this is goofy, do it. Okay? Just fucking do it. Do it to your boobies. Grab on your titties. And I love you. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Do it to your stomach. Do it to your booty cheeks. Do it to your throat, especially if you have issues speaking. Do it to your whole motherfucking body. But especially with this new moon, do it to your womb space. It is think of this, okay? It's your body. Whose body is it? It's your body. You are a fragment of your soul in this meat suit. It is a blessing. It is the most beautiful, incredible thing, and it's a gift. And it's your body. Stop being weird about it, okay? It's your body. Touch your body. Get to know your body. And if there's something that has disconnected you from your body or your womb space, I hear you. I've been there too. Heard, baby. Reconnect. Do the work that is needed to reconnect. These are all things that I know are hard. These are things I have lived. I get it. I know. I get it. But that doesn't mean you don't do it if it's hard, you know? And if you want help, come come on in. Come on in. I would love to help you. I would love to help you with the mindset or the body work or the soul work or all of it because that's what we're going to do no matter what. I would love to help. Just because it's hard doesn't mean you don't do it. Hard shit is the important shit. Okay? All right. Last question. How are you slowing down, savoring life, and allowing yourself to receive? How are you slowing down, savoring life, and allowing yourself to receive? Sit with it. I feel like I need to cough. Excuse me. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of this, and I'm going to light up some Palo Santo. Slowing down. The easiest way to signal safety to your body and let your body know that it's safe and that it can be in a regulated state and that you're not being chased by a lion and shit's not on fire and you're not back to being a child and you're not in trouble and all the other reasons that we're dysregulated and our nervous systems are out of whack. The easiest way to do it is to slow down. Slow down when you're brushing your teeth. Slow down when you're doing the dishes. Slow down when you're playing with your kids. Slow down when you're reading. Slow the fuck down. Drop your shoulders. Take a big deep breath. That can be how you start slowing down more. Savoring life. What does that mean? That means being present. That means being present and not being here physically and off somewhere else in your head and then making some excuse for why it's happening. We all have a reason it happens. And it's up to every single one of us to come back to the present moment. It's our work here on earth, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. With how many people are alive right now in a world that asks us to not be present and to be on our phones and to be distracted and to do all these things and to blah, 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 blah. It does seem like it's our work to go back to what really matters and be present in our bodies. Because if you're living in the fucking past or you're living in the future, then you're not present. And I've absolutely been there. I get it. Hard work. And you can do it. Be present. Savor your life. Go slow. Put your fucking phone down. I could use that advice right now. I've been on my phone a lot this last few weeks with grieving. So much death has happened. And we just had just a side note. This is wild. Since we've lived at this house, we live in the Des Moines area now. We moved in. A squirrel fell from the tree and died. I've never seen that happen before in my whole life. And then a baby bunny was beside me while I was gardening, and I thought it was the sweetest thing, and he wasn't really moving. And I was like, oh my gosh, so cute, this baby bunny. I feel like Snow White. Found the baby dead the next morning. I think it was like, I don't know if it was sick. And then this morning, I think there was another squirrel. Trav thinks it was just the one. So he thinks this is number 2. I think it's number 3. We get home or we get ready to leave for the gym, and there's a squirrel by our driveway with its little arms and legs out, dead, ground. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? I don't know. I don't know. The squirrels in this area are mean little fuckers, but like, what? And there's there's a nest of really cute babies in this big knot that we have in our tree out front. And there's the cutest little baby squirrels in there. And I'm so worried that one of them, that was like the dad or the mom. And so I saw the baby squirrel for the gym and I went up and he had his little body like out of the hole, out of the knot, and he was looking down at me and I was trying to convince him to come to me and I would hold him. Anyways, I digress. Can you believe that? Isn't that wild? I've never had squirrels dead on the ground like that. And of course, I looked up the metaphysical reason. Of course, obviously. Wild. Anyways, we've had so much death in our life in the last like 3 weeks. It's been way overwhelming. And I have been on my phone way more than I want to. I have found myself mindlessly scrolling on Facebook Marketplace. I don't need anything on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm finding things I think I need on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not buying all of them, thank goodness. But these are the ways that we distract ourselves from feeling. I'm in the boat with you, babe. It's been a little too much for me. I've done the somatic work. I've done all the things, all the tools. And also I've been on my phone too much. So when I'm telling you to savor life, I don't just mean the good times. I also mean the difficult times. The heavier emotions, process that shit. Otherwise, you're going to have to in 5-10 years. We're going to be sitting right back here and you're going to be like, Heather, how do I get this out of me? How do I process this? And I'll be like, well, do this, maybe, if you want to, and this and this and this also. And then go see this person and then go talk to that. I'm going to resource you out too, because I'm not the genius of all. And then I'm going to tell you in the present moment, when you have difficult shit happen, don't fucking walk away or run away or distract or numb from it. Fucking face it. That is also savoring life. In the great moments, in the good moments, in the happy moments, in the joy and the pleasure and all of it, savor that shit. Be there. Be present. Don't be off somewhere in the future, worried about the future, or fucking pissed off or hurt and painful about the past. Be present. And then when things get difficult, savor that part too, because it's still life. Okay. And then the very last part here is allowing yourself to receive. So you probably have heard me talk about receiving and the energy of receiving many times. I'm still learning it too. Okay. I don't think any of us ever stop learning about this. I think that this is a forever education of life. I'm a forever student of life, so I'm in for the long haul. And when we talk about this, there's a lot of different things that you can do to open yourself up to receive, to allow yourself to receive. And as women, for instance, if we're always go, 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 do, checking things off a list, I got to do this and then I got to do that and then blah, 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 blah. And I have to be independent and I have to do it on my own and blah, 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 blah. You're not in the energy to receive, babe. You will not receive something in life in the same energy as the action that it took to get there. And it's difficult. It's really difficult sometimes to be in the energy to receive. And again, I know that feels like very much sounds like an Instagram hashtag and shit, but like, think of it this way. Think of a time in your life where you had unknown all around you. It was just unknown. A void. You weren't really in where you were yesterday or the week before, the month before, and you weren't quite to the new life either. You were in the void. You were in the unknown. That is what you need to embrace to receive. The scary unknown. And realize it's not so scary. That's the energy of receive. And that's where when we talk about being in flow, think of it this way. Figure out what your fucking values are. Figure out what your fucking goals are. Align your behavior, words, and actions with those, and you will be in flow more often. You have to allow the creativity to flow out of you as well. And if you can focus on that while you allow yourself to be in the scary unknown and realize it's not so scary and embrace it, then you, my dear, are opening yourself up to receive. I know it is simple, but it's also complex. I know. All right. So those are your questions for the summer solstice and for the new moon. Those are your themes. There's a lot more themes. There's a lot of themes, especially with the summer solstice. But that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about some actions. And I'm only going to give you 2 simple ones. Let's make it easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'm going to light some shit on fire while I talk to you about it, because that's kind of what it's about. So if you're with me on YouTube, you see what I'm doing. If you're listening on like Spotify or Apple or whatever, you cannot see me, but I'm lighting up some Palo Santo again. We're just going to do a little bit of this, mostly because I just love the smell of it. Okay, so 2 actions. One for the summer solstice, one for the new moon. Both of which are very important and will help you in many, many ways. Number 1, I want you to figure out what no longer serves you, or what has already left or is about to leave, or the chapter you're shutting, all the questions we've already covered. I want you to figure that out. And if you have some sort of physical representation of that you can burn, or if you can write it down on a piece of paper and burn that piece of paper, that's what you're going to do. And then it can be alchemized into something more beautiful. Here's the next step. So the ashes of the thing that you're going to burn, now you can get yourself a pretty little shell. There's a better name for this. I don't fucking know what it is. To me, it's a shell. So you can get yourself one of these and you can burn it in there. You can burn it in a little bowl of sorts. But what will happen after it burns is you're going to have the ashes. And what are ashes? Fantastic fertilizer. Because the world is beautiful. Nature is great. And like the cycle of life of stuff, it's beautiful. So take the fucking ashes. And this is what I would do if I were you. Okay. Make it all witchy bitchy and fun. So write down on a different piece of paper what it is that you're calling into your life. Be specific. Get it all out. Like you can have like a whole giant piece of paper if you want, but like try to make it like not giant and just get it all on there. And then go get a seed. It can be any seed. Look up your area and what would grow really well right now if you planted it. Make it easy on yourself, okay? Don't fucking guess. Just look it up. Go get yourself a seed that you know is going to flourish right now if you water it and you take care of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to go plant that seed. You're going to take that piece of paper, fold it towards yourself. Fold it towards yourself. You're going to fold, and then you're going to take the ashes and the piece of paper and the seed, and you're going to put them in a hole, and you're going to cover it up with dirt, and you're going to water that shit, and then that seed is going to grow into something beautiful, and it is going to represent what it is that you call into your life and that you are receiving with the ashes and the alchemization of the shit that you have left behind and burnt. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's like you're working with the earth. He said, "Hey, Earth, how do you make shit happen?" And she said, "Hey, I burn shit to the ground. And then from that and those ashes, beautiful things come." And you said, "Okay, I'm going to do the same thing." So do it as many times as you want. I personally am probably going to do like 4 or 5 of these because I have 4 or 5 things that I really want to be focused on in ceremony about releasing and calling in. That's just how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to go plant 4 or 5 seeds. And I'm very much looking forward to it. So please consider doing that if it calls to you at all. It's a really beautiful way to release and receive. It's a really beautiful way to have this representation. And it's not just a representation, it's fucking nature. It's you and me. We are nature. It's everything around us. It's working with life the same way life works. One last thing. Do you want to do this like more often? Do you want to go deeper? Do you want to do this like almost like a one-on-one situation, but not quite? If you want to do one-on-one, let me know because I do have another spot available for one-on-one. I have a lot of women reaching out for the spots. I had some spots open for this fall into next year for one-on-one work, and women have been coming out of the woodwork about it. So if you're interested in one-on-one work, reach out to me. Remember, just email me personally, okay? Don't go and click on any of it. Just email me personally, heatherpowell.coaching@gmail.com. But if you want to do something, it's just 4 days, and it's 4 days of this. It's 4 days of open table discussions and having real conversations and having light bulb moments and just all of this stuff. and then having big energy work and big healings and having cool ass women talk to you about cool ass shit. If you are into this, please send me an email or a DM because July 21st through the 24th is when we will be hosting Women Rising this year. And remember, Women Rising, this 4-day event, is only happening once a year now. We are no longer doing it in the wintertime because something new and fresh is happening starting this year, this winter. So, Women Rising is the event where we have our guest speakers that join us. And this year we have two brilliant, incredible, really fucking cool women that are joining us. One of them, her name is Holly Lamb, and Holly Lamb, I've seen her everywhere. She has been everywhere. She's joined me in different events and retreats, I think. I think she's been to some retreats. She is a genius. If you want her information, please reach out to me, but she is really good when it comes to women getting reconnected to their bodies, reconnected to their womb. She is a genius when it comes to perimenopause and menopause and helping women with their fitness and nutrition when it comes to that. She does everything with the feminine and she is very fucking good at it. And then the other guest speaker is one of my favorite humans that's on this earth. Her name is Kendra George, and she and I have been friends for a real long time. And when we first started hanging out, you've probably heard us talk about it in our episode about neuroplasticity. We were known as fire and gasoline, and that's still what we call each other. It's still very, very true. We actually last year we got together because we don't live near each other anymore. Last year we got together and did like a Halloween photo shoot, and those pictures are fucking great. And it still to this day, it's like fire and gasoline. We just aren't as rowdy as we used to be. Well, that's not entirely true either. We just weren't as rowdy that night. So she will be joining us, Kendra George will, and she will be talking about very important aspects of being a woman and taking charge and taking control of your life and doing it from not only a neuroplasticity standpoint through the mindset, but also leaning into more courage and commitment and understanding how important these aspects of life are to get behind the steering wheel of your life and to do it with purpose and intention. So if you want to be a part of this, it is literally the best 4 days ever. It is high energy, but it's not bullshit. It is real, honest conversations, but it's not heavy. It is energy work. It is laughter. It is some crying. It is all of the best things about being a woman in 4 days. And not only do you get live access, but you also have the replays in your Access Hub as the bonuses and the goodies that not only myself, what the guest speakers give you. And I already know about some of the goodies and the bonuses they're giving you, and they're really fucking good. So if you are interested in that, please reach out and let me know because those doors will be closing on July 20th or when we reach capacity. And I would love for you to be there. Okay, we're going to call it good today. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, go out and treat yourself well, treat others well. I'm going to ask you today to go do something really, really nice for another human being. When you see somebody today or this week that maybe is having a hard day and you can tell, and there's different ways that you can tell, I'm going to ask you to just give them a compliment. Say something nice, do something nice for them. And you don't have to say anything if you don't want to, if you just do something as simple as open the door for them. But as they walk by, as they're near you, send them some love. Just fucking Care Bear style, that is. Just like from your heart to their heart. Just send them some love and know that that's really one of the biggest pieces about being a human as well. We're really just here to love each other, man. I mean, there's a lot of other shit that we're doing, but we're really just here to love each other. So find somebody that needs that love a little extra because they're having a hard day and give it to them. All right. I'll talk to you later. See you soon. Bye.